Hello and welcome to my channel. If you've been to my channel before, you might remember me building this pardon me, you might remember me building this Nintendo DS Lite custom colours, black and blue. So I still have the old parts lying around from the other one, and I thought I might build one of those custom little what are they called again? Game Boy Advance. One of those custom little Game Boy Advances made out of basically one of these. Well, this is two of these, but you'll see why I'm going to need two of these, because basically this bottom screen I had off the old one, off this old part, is totally kaput. It doesn't work, so I'm going to take the bottom screen out of this one, because the hinge on this one is totally wrecked, and I don't think the cable isn't broke, but for some reason it does. This top screen keeps going funny, so it must be damaged in some way. So, but this is still quite a nice DS. So what I'd like to do is maybe make another custom one with this one, another double colour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the board out of, basically it was out of this old one and it wasn't working, but I found the problem with it. A little inductor by here was actually snapped off the board, and when I tried to put it, I did actually put it back on, but it was broke, it wouldn't work. So I took a small little, not actually a surface mount inductor, but a through hole one. It was a small one. I bent the leads and I soldered it there, and it worked fine. So I can't remember what value it was, but it worked fine anyway. So I also had to put a tiny little fuse in here, which is smaller than a piece of rice, basically. Smaller than half a piece of rice. It's more like a speck of dust, and you've got to try and solder it on there. But I managed to do that, and basically we've got the Game Boy Advance slot here, which the game goes into. So now we're going to build one of those custom ones. We're going to get so far anyway. This video might be a two-part, I don't know yet, but we'll see how far we can get now, and let's start. Basically, the reason why I want one of these two is that the screen on this isn't backlit, it's front lit, this one, and it's a little harder to see what you're doing. So there you go. Let's get this thing together. And if I remember rightly, I also messed up the LEDs on this one. I think the green LED comes on, but the red one doesn't. So never mind. What you've got to do though is get this little doohickey and stick it back. I'm trying to stick the sticky bit on there instead of sticking back on his socket, because without that on there this will not work. And also what you have to do if you want to build one of these is basically it will not work without the top screen. Basically you need the top screen on it, a DS, for it to work. But the way people get around that is you put a tiny little resistor, like a surface mount resistor, across. It's a bit hard to see in it. I always have a problem with lights, but there's a little thing there that says LED A2 and LED C2, little pads here. So you want to put a tiny little resistor across LED A2 and LED C2. Now, I've watched a video on this where someone put a 330 ohm resistor across, but I didn't have one of them. I didn't have any surface mount resistors, to be honest, so I went scavenging in my parts bin, and I managed to find a board with a 350 ohm resistor on there, and I've shoved the 350 ohm one in there. I managed to desolder it from the other board without breaking it. Soldered it in here, and now so we got a 330 ohm one in there. And also you've got to, there's one up here that says V ground, which is your negative pad basically, and there's one down here that says speaker left and speaker right. Well, it says SPLO and SPRO. So it's speaker left output and speaker right output, and you can put you put a speaker in by putting it on the negative on the V ground and the positive on the either left or right. It doesn't matter. People say it doesn't matter, you just put it on the left or the right one. You've got to get your solder and tin the pads first, because there's tiny little test pads on here. You can do it. If you can see them, these little silver things. You can't really see the ones I put solder on now because they're a bit darker. But there you go, and you've got to do that, and that tricks the DS into thinking there's a top screen, but when it's not, so it'll actually turn on without a top screen. Now we've got the one, it's got green bezel on it, so we're going to have a green bezel in there, which look, well, not in there, that's the top part of the screen. That's why I can't use this one, because the black bit of the hinge was broke. It was off the salvaged one I bought. There you go, that's what we got to stick it in. In this video I'll probably won't put the speaker on. That's going to be me running off to do a load of soldering and stuff. But I've also seen on one video that you can put the speaker, once you put it in, you can put it somewhere by there maybe. If you want to put it by there, you've got to get the speaker out of these as well. See, the speakers come inside these. Just pull them out of the top bit, 4 screws, undo it, get the speaker out. I think that one's the easiest one to get out, so I'm not sure. But I think they're both easy, just pull one out. And if you put the speaker by here, you can sort of do a few holes in the back for your speaker holes, so the sound comes out more. But you have to, if you want it here, you have to desolder this slot here. The actual DS Lite games go in there, so you have to, you know, the Nintendo DS games, so you have to desolder that for the speaker to fit there. But sometimes you can get the speaker to fit down here, so I've seen on the internet. You have to remove this, and this one, this plastic bit comes out here, so there's quite a lot of space by there then for me to put a speaker in there, I think. So, but at the moment, I'm going to try and do it without the speaker, because it'll be quicker for us to see if this works. If I just get it together right now. Right, sorry if I've just killed you with my terrible singing. Got to get that basically and slot it into there. Basically put it on there like that, rest it on there, and these sort of need to be clicked in, so it's best to get your both thumbnails, and there's 2 little tabs on the side of it, and you can sort of push it in. I think that's in, because if they're not in enough, obviously the screen's not going to work, and then the actual Gameboy won't boot up. Hang on a minute, I don't think that's in enough, so I'm going to get a flathead screwdriver and just give one of the tabs a little push. Oh, there you go, now it's in. I think the other side is already in, but you don't want to push it too hard. You don't want to, it's a very delicate thing, you don't want to break it. And then a little black door, you can use a screwdriver, or I like to use my nail because I feel what I'm doing better. You just flip it down, and then flip the whole thing over, keeping this in your fingers, don't let go of it. Now you've got this little black door again, so I don't know why I stuck that back on yet. The DS won't boot up without that either, so that has to be on. And remember, before I go to the back of it, where's my smaller screwdriver, because I don't want to use the big clunky one on there. Right, smaller one has gone on holiday somewhere, so we're going to have to use the big clunky one, but just be careful. So get that little door up again, and this is a hard part. I usually got like a little eyepiece I use, like watchmaker's eyepiece, so I can see what I'm doing, but magnifies everything. But I'm trying to keep it on camera at the minute and get it in there, so I might have to use the eyepiece because I can't see anything. Seems to be a little bit, yeah, I had the screen too high, so It was too far one way. And the other door's shut on me again. I think this door's quite loose as well because I did actually damage this one because I didn't know how it opened the first time and I sort of broke it a little. I think it was this one or the one I actually put together, I can't remember now. This one don't seem broke. It seemed very loose though. Right, I got it in. Boom off the camera, I got it in. I managed to push it in with my finger. So there you go. I had to let the screen sort of drop down a little bit then on this corner because it was pushing it back out, if you notice, as you push it. So there you go, and it held it in place slightly and then it's in. And now let's get this back on. Give the screen a little wipe with my t-shirt. Probably not the best. But I don't really give a hoot about getting a special microfiber cloth. I'm just going to wipe it with my t-shirt and that's done. Life's too long to worry about. Life's too short to worry about stuff like that. So now pop that in. That seems weird then. It seems like it's going to fall straight through. Is there any certain direction? No, I think it's just there. These I think only go into certain. They only go into a certain shape because they've got. There you go. I hope so. Anyway, otherwise I'm gonna probably have all the buttons in the wrong orientation. That's something you could do if you want, though. Is just change the orientation. Ah, I don't see there being much point in that though. But right, let's hold them in a minute. Let's just check it out on the other one. If I got them in the right spot. Get the thing open there. Yeah, that's all in the right spot. Like I said, I think they can only go into a certain hole anyway because they've got certain little pegs on the side of them and stuff. And here's these little swines which I couldn't find earlier. Get them in there. I wish it wasn't so dark in here though. And then where's that thing I nearly lost just then? There you go. Sticking back in there. I can't actually remember which one of these goes where, so. Yeah, this one goes over here, look, 'cause it's got a little square in the middle, and that's got like a little square indent. This one's got like a little hole in the middle which goes, there's a little pin in the middle there. So, there you go, that's that all in there. So now what we can do is just take the whole assembly, hold the screen at the top, see, holding the screen, and just slip him in. Slip him on the little pegs, little screw pegs that are in there. And that's slipped in really nicely. All the buttons are still in there. That's going to look nice in it. I like that. I like that green. But that's the thing, is you're still going to have these on. You can take this one off, but this one you'd have to cut it off and then you have to fill all this in and all. But I'm thinking at the moment I'm going to leave these on here. I don't know, but I might actually do something different than what most people do. Like take them off and make this all flat, or I might put something across there. I don't know what, but I might have a go at doing something like that. I know, and the worst part here and there, we gotta get the shoulder buttons in. They're black, but they're gonna go black on blue because they're gonna go on here. What's this then? Have I forgotten a bit? Oh yeah, I've forgotten a bit of rubber, haven't I? Oh, trust me. That's me all over. At least I actually saw it before I. Hang on. The screen has gone and got in there. Don't want to connect on it, so let's just slip it under. I forgot to stick it on those two little. Oh no, let's push the screen out again. It's not going good. It's not going good at all. It's real though, and it's what happens. Which way then does this go then? Oh, that looks like it does. There's like little pokey bits going downwards, so they must go into the back of those little buttons. Right, and he's done it. I've picked this up, holding the bottom of the screen. I pushed that top cable out. That's one of the reasons why I broke the other one, I think, because it was. Oh, about doing that. So that's something. I only done that as to show you a demonstration. That's my excuse. Demonstration, not what to do. What not to do. Oh, and I found an easier way of getting this in as well. Just hold that up with your thumb. Hold your thumb right by that little door so it can't keep flipping backwards. Don't hold pressure on it, of course, like you'll just push it off and break it, but hold your thumb right by it so it doesn't keep clicking down. And that makes that a lot easier to stick that back in there too. So that's something I've learned. Probably forget it the next time I do one of these, but here you go. Right, don't pick it up pushing on the bottom because it pushes that out. You've learned that too. So now I'm just going to hold it like a sandwich. Try not to let the filling fall out, and we're going to get it. Oh, right on there. Here you go. Nice one. So now we've got that in. Now we're not going to mess around no more. We're going to find which screws. Could use the one out, the green one, couldn't I? And then pop the green one to go with the other ones. Because I'm going to get the screws in for the circuit board this time before I start messing with the other stuff. That's cable at the top looks wonky. Should be alright, but I think it's in. Oh yeah, don't forget to put this back on. I think I should get those screws in before I go messing with anything though, really. I was lucky and I didn't push the screen out. Right. I might just grab these screws. Yeah, they're the really shorter ones. Because basically they've got to go, they haven't got to go very far before they hit the plastic peg that they screw into. Because the circuit board's thin, you only need the, here you go. Hard to tell which one's the tri-wing screw and which is the fit. So remember the really short screws go on here. Because they've only got to hold down a short little, tiny little, I think I might use the wrong one because this screw actually looks shorter. Oh, I think I've got 3 short screws though, because I think one goes. There you go. There you go, that's down safe now anyway, that's all in safely. So all we've got to do now is get the shoulder buttons on and get everything else on. Right, shoulder buttons and the back. Now put the battery in and test it and we'll see if this little baby works then. Easy as pie. Right, to get these little springs in, you've got to hold the one end. Do it over the top of something so if you drop it you're not going to lose it. Maybe even put a magnet there, like I could actually put my little speaker there just in case. I think I'll put a load of magnets there. Try not to get the magnets on your circuit board though because it might actually damage the microchips. I've had these speakers in the packet with everything, so they haven't really done nothing. And I forgot there's a left and a right shoulder button in there, so I have to get this is the right one. Oh yeah, you'll know it anyway because there's an open side to it, like that, a big open side and a closed side. So the open sort of side has to go on here. Oh yeah, the spring has to go into a little slot there. So post that little spring in, and then the little post is forming at the bottom, so I'm going to keep my fingers around this as well while I'm doing it. I think I went a bit risky then, I could have lost it, but try and persevere with it. I've just got to get the spring in that little hole. I think that might be the best way to do it. Hold it with the pin, so you've got a small bit on the bottom, small bit sticking out and a large bit sticking out the top. Bring it in here, get the spring into that hole and the peg, push the peg down so as it goes right into that hole, and then sort of try and clip that. It's got to be lifted up slightly and clipped in then, And there you go, it's in, and I think I'll get the screwdriver and push the spring down slightly in that slot. And there you go, show the buttons on, and it presses the button nicely. But I'm not going to play with it because I can see it springing off across the room right now. Right, and we're going to do the same on this side. We just figured out then how to do it easy, so I'm going to try and use the same method. Might be a bit more difficult because you're sort of doing one thing left hand and then right hand, and I don't know if I can actually show it better on the camera. Hold your finger so the rod goes. It's harder with this one I'm finding. So the rod, you get a little bit sticking out the bottom. Or if you can see it, a large bit sticking out the top. And then the spring is sticking out here, and then the idea is to get the spring going into the little, there's like a little groovy bit it should go in. And then at the moment I'm using my other finger now to push the metal rod down. Oh, and the thing hasn't gone into the groove, but that's easy enough to get it in there. Once you've got the thing in, it's easy enough to lift this little spring in. So it's a little groove by here, you can see that. Like that, and then I'm going to hold that spring just in case it goes flying off. Actually, I'm going to put my thumb on the top of the rod and everything. And I've put it on upside down. Why didn't any of you guys tell me I was putting it on upside down and now I've got to lift it over? See, because I'm putting the closed side on like that, so it's, there you go. There you go. It's actually easier to hold the spring that way, I think. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do it again, get the large bit at the top. I'm not going to worry about getting the spring in so much at the minute, but so I'm just going to get a pin in then, like that. And it's quite easy, just push the spring over then into the, mind you, the spring's not going in there now for some reason. Oh well. I think I've got the spring round the wrong way. Is it round the right way on the other one? Yeah, it's round the right way on the other one. I've got the spring in there, right? It's just I've only realised that the spring has got, because it's a twisted spring, it's higher. It comes, obviously it comes out one end and comes, if I could sort of explain it right, you can have the spring so it's coming out bigger at the bottom than it is at the top. Is that right? Is that going to work? Now, if that's coming out that way, no, it doesn't seem to matter, whichever way I put my spring round, it's always coming out the wrong way. Is it like that on the other one? Because maybe I could change it around. No, on the other one it's different. It's because it's left and right and the springs are just sort of wound the same. Oh well, let's just try it. It came out of there in the first place. Unless it came out of the other one and I put the wrong one in the other one, but I don't know. Let's get that pin in there again. It's all trial and error sometimes. Right, I'm just going to push that spring down into there and clip that in. Is the spring going to stay in there? Oh yeah, the spring's staying in there fine now. Yeah, don't worry about that. The spring does stay in there fine, I just don't think I had it very well on there. Right then. Now I've got to try and get this little bugger in. He's sometimes hard to get in. Yeah, stick him in. You want that bit sticking up, don't you? Because it's going to... It falls out so easy, but then half the time you're fighting with it to get it back in. Oh well, that proved me wrong, made me look like a fool, didn't it? It just went straight in. Right, and now what you want to do is you want to make sure it's clipped. Do it so the volume's right down maybe, and then get the volume button on your actual Gameboy there. I don't think I've forgotten any screws, have I? And then put that right down as well. Well, actually it's going to be that way up in it, so that is going to be down. It's going to be down this end now because it's going to flip over. So now it's to, when it's to the side, when it's up this way it's to the left, just like the volume switch now, so you want them in the same orientation. Now before I do anything, nope, my power switch is gone as well, so luckily I thought of it. Hopefully I've got it. There it is in the bag. Nothing to it. Still got the old bits of broken hinge as well. It's like a metal bit inside, and once it breaks, basically the plastic bit, it doesn't hold the metal bit properly. That's why so many hinges of these things just break. Right, now let's have a look at this power button. Gotta try and get it so it's up the right direction. I think it's arrow pointing upwards, isn't it? So I think it's right, and there you go. All we got to do, we've got that, make sure you got that to the left and that straight down, and that needs to go to the left, the power, the volume on there, so it fits into that on the left, but that power should be downwards anyway, because it naturally springs back downwards, doesn't it, when you press it. And there you go. Slot it in gently, test the volume. Yeah, that's gone into its socket. If this isn't going together, don't squeeze it, because it might be that your volume thing hasn't gone in there, and they are very, very easy to snap. They are so easy to break. They're not very strong. And there you go, it's all together. So what I'll do is I will place a couple of screws in here, just a couple of them, just to hold it together. So then we can test it. So, oh, there's a little one that goes to the top. I won't put that in yet. Let's just get the old tri-winged ones in there. It's a tri-wing screw. Let's put one in there. I think this is the tri-wing screwdriver. If not, it's the Phillips. I think it's the Phillips. It's always the bloody Phillips. They're the same colour handles, so I did actually put a tiny bit of red pen at the top of this one, which I just noticed as I was picking it up, because I remember sticking it on there, but I thought it had all worn off. I just wait to see a bit then, so I should have known. One with the, and let's put one in this corner. Let's just do that, one in each corner there, just to hold it, because I don't want it springing apart while I'm testing it, that's all. And now let's test it. Let's give them a quick. I don't think this screw's going in very well, to be honest. I was to try with the screw hole on it. I think so. Try again. There you go. Try and try again. Let's see if this battery works. Let's pop him in. How it's supposed to go. Let's turn him on. And at the moment nothing's happening. We do have a green LED at the top that actually works on this one, but the red one don't. And nothing's happened at the minute because I'm pretty sure that's the run out battery. We need the one I took out, the green one. Still have to charge that with the battery, so there you go. Now let's try it again. Green light. Yep, it's not very bright, but there you go, you can see the green light just about. And the screen is turned on. Go select. I don't know how you actually get the options on here. Is it this middle one? Oh yeah, it is. The middle one was the options. So let's have a look. There you go. What is actually this? That looks like a DS. Oh, that's what I've gone wrong. The game must be on, it's on the top screen, look. That's what it is. So we want it on that screen. Gameboy Advance on the bottom screen. So basically now if we go back, I think I can put it so it automatically comes on as well, but I'll just do quit it there. Now let's stick it in. Let's try it again. See, you get these things, and there you go. Got the volume up. Oh yeah, there's no bloody speaker in there. So there you go. There's my game. THQ. no speaker, so you won't be able to sound, but nicely lit screen now. Look, I can see everything perfectly. It's a bit weird on this camera though. I'm gonna have to just hum the music for you. There you go. It's The Simpsons. Press start. Have I got to press start? This is actually working, this touchscreen. Oh yeah, it's a DS. It's the main thingy game, isn't it? It's not going to work with the. So all my controls are working. Let's choose a thing. Be good to get the speaker in here. Let's choose Home Alone. Let's just go for that one. I'll show you a bit of. I don't know if this camera shows how awesome that actual picture is. And there we have our own little Game Boy Advance, basically. Woohoo! What a jump. Do a bit of skidding. Nice little game, this one. So there you go, it works fine. And I'll show you, if you look at that screen, it's like I said, it's a bit crappy through this camera, but it's really clear, really lit. I can see everything on the screen. Especially my age, getting a bit older, I can't see what I'm bloody doing half the time. So let's turn it off. Take the cartridge out. And I'll show you what it looks like on one of the front lit Game Boy Advances. There you go, let's turn him on. This one's a bit dodgy, it needs a new. There you go. I need to sort out the switch in there. Needs a bit cleaning or something. If you see what I mean, already you can see I can't see a damn thing on there. It's better in a darkened room because it's front lit, it's not backlit the screen, so it's got like light that shines on the front. As you can see already, that is pretty dire. Not really seeing much at all, so there you go. Everything's a bit dark. So that is why I made the Game Boy, a special little Game Boy with the has nice colours in it. It's sort of like, what's it, baby blue or whatever it's called. And there you go. See, I'm driving now. I can't even. I've got to try and angle it out of the light, and I can't hardly see. It is better if you put it more in the dark, you know, if you just play it down under the table, maybe. There you go, and that was a demonstration of why I built this one. So now I can see better when I'm playing my games. And it's got like baby blue, whatever it's called, and the buttons as well, and a nice green screen, which looks nice, the green surround. So there you go. That was the DS. I can't remember for the life of me what they're called when you sort of hack them into this sort of thing. It's a certain name, but it'll be on the description anyway. There you go. My Game Boy build, Game Boy Advance build with backlit screen and everything. I'm gonna have a bit more fun on that now. So see you in the next one. When, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do in the next one, but I'm gonna put the old battery back in this and charge it up so I can put the other battery. I don't know why, but I don't know why I'm changing them around. There's no real thing, is there? But I could have the green back on there, see? But I think I'll just go for the usual black back. Stick it on there. There you go. I think this video has already been way too long, so I'm just going to go and put all the screws in this now and see you again in the next one, guys. So long.